Here's how to take your photo from this to this. Hey, I'm Ethan, and over the month of February, I've been teaching you how to master your camera, and today we're looking at tutorials of how to edit. I edit in Lightroom, but the same can be seen on all editing platforms. Even your phone has the same sort of settings that you'll be able to see on today's video. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is our Basics tab, and you can see that here. The top two things in our Basics settings tab is the exact same thing as what we talked about with white balance, but we can fine tune our white balance settings with every photo. So if you want to make the photo look cooler, you can take it to the left, and if you want to make your photo look warmer, you can take it to the right. Tint is a part of white balance, and the same as what the temperature does, the tint will add more green to the image or more pink to the image. And so you can slide the slider to see that change. So as you can see, the exposure changes the overall brightness of the image. Contrast changes the difference between the highlights and the low light areas. So your bright parts and your dark parts. Highlights is just the bright parts of your image, and you can make them brighter or you can make them not as bright. Shadows is the opposite. So the dark parts of your image you can make even darker, or you can brighten them up as well. So when you slide the whites and blacks, it just affects the things that are white and black. And so you can see the whites get brighter and darker, and the same with the blacks. They get brighter and darker. When we look at the next three sliders, they have to do with the detail in the image. Texture adds an overall sort of sharpening to the whole image, or decreases it. Clarity looks at the edges of things and increases the sharpness and detail of the edges of items. And dehaze sort of is like adding or taking away fog. If I lower dehaze, it sort of makes the image a lot like cloudy. And if I increase dehaze, it makes the image quite sharp. And the last two have to do with colors. Vibrance takes the colors that aren't as intense and increases their intensity. Saturation takes all the colors from the whole image and either increases or decreases them. So now what I've done is I've gone through and just using the basic settings, I've gone through and changed the image to something that I think is, more stylized in a way that I would like. Tomorrow, we'll take a look at a different setting to see how we can change and adapt this image to be even better. All right, I'll catch you then.